peace, blessings, enough, holy, plenty, a lot of love to all our queens and all our kings in the house, and also those that are on the varied YouTube platform. Really appreciate you coming out today, and we really appreciate it. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. And as we all know, that of course, our theme song, In It to Win It, gifted to us by Queen Loretta Shadari. And we have been playing that song throughout this journey. And so, most definitely, our own singing, recording, international artist will be singing this song, In It to Win It.
We are here of the closing doors, please.
All right. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Lerato Shadari. Really appreciate, really appreciate. And thank you all once again for showing up and being here on Deep Dive Globally Changing Lives. We welcome you, we welcome you, we welcome you once again, and also those on the varied YouTube platform. And of course, we are getting into, first of all, the mindset. The mindset, the very, very important thing in this life, right? And so the mindset for me is very important. And so, without any further ado, we do have our presenter. And of course, she is a life coach, an international transformational speaker, a TV talk show host, a published author of 4 books already, 4 books already. And of course, you can get them straight from the the link that is in the description if you are on YouTube, and the flyer, it is also on the flyer. She, of course, is uh, editor and chief of Discovering You magazine. It's a free magazine, so please subscribe um, by clicking on the link that is on the flyer or in the description on the YouTube channels. So please just subscribe. It's a free subscription, of course, and you will have that each and every month. All right, and so today, this day, Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford will, of course, be presenting to all of us the art of learning, the art of letting go things that people hold on to longer than they should. So if there's some things that you've been holding on to for years, which you don't need to be holding on to. All right. This is the art of letting go. And so, without any further ado, I will now turn the mic over to our wonderful, beautiful, lovely, kind-hearted, loving, wonderful, a lady that I have grown to admire and to love, none other than Queen Dr. Tunishai A. Ford. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dr. Derek. I really appreciate the introduction. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are in the world. Blessings to all of you. I hope you all had a wonderful weekend and you're enjoying your week so far. And like Dr. Derek said, the message this evening is so befitting for this new year. We're still in the month of January, so it's still the beginning of the year. And I just think that this particular message is very timely and very much needed. So for those of you who are taking notes, please, I want you to digest this message. I want you to reflect, and I want you to be honest with yourselves, because when I give you all messages, it's not to browbeat you, it's to make you take a look at yourself. Because when I give these messages, I've told you before, I am the first partaker of the message. I examine myself. Dr. T has not arrived. So I'm not giving you this, say, hey, I've arrived, do like I do. I'm walking on this journey with you. So that's why I want to present to you right now this very timely message, the art of letting go. The art of letting go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to look at 10 things people hold on, too long. But because of time, because we have another speaker, I'm going to do part 1. So I'm going to share with you tonight 5 of those. Letting go sounds so simple, doesn't it? Let it go. Just let it go. Until you actually have to do it. Until you actually have to put some action into it. Then it's like, okay, it's not as easy as I thought. We cling to memories, people, beliefs, habits, expectations, and identify identities longer than we're supposed to. And we find ourselves serving these things. Not because we're weak, but because the familiar feels safer and unknown. How does that feel when you talk about that is which was familiar? That's why a lot of people stay in situations because it's familiar. How many times have you stayed in a relationship because that person was familiar, or you leave a relationship and you go back to it knowing that it's toxic, knowing that you were never happy in that, but because it's familiar, you find yourself going back? How many of you have found yourself not wanting to change environments because you were afraid of the unknown, because you want to stay in that which was familiar? How many of you want to go into another industry, do something different, but because you fear the unknown, you stay with that which is familiar? So many people go through that. But there comes a time in life when holding on to hurts more than releasing it. That hinders us. When the weight of the past becomes heavier than the fear of the change. When the version of yourself you're protecting is far smaller than the person you're becoming. So this is why I'm going to share with you tonight 5 of the 10 of the things that we hold on to longer than we should. So if you're taking notes, let's get ready to go through this journey together. Number 1, the art of letting go. Number 1, we hold on to old grudges that drain emotional energy. Ouch. How many of us may be guilty of that? People who hold grudges. And you may not even think you're holding on to a grudge, but there are things that we do. There are people that we have grudges against, and we have not let those things go. Grudges feel justified in the moment. They do. I should be mad at you. You lied on me. You cheated me. You spoke harshly to me. I feel justified for doing that. Someone wronged you, hurt you, and betrayed your trust. I understand. Of course you want to hold a grudge. I mean, you're justified, right? But resentment is a slow poison, ladies and gentlemen. It's a slow poison. It saps your emotional bandwidth year after year, even when the person who hurt you has already moved on. Isn't that the case? Here you are, stuck in the moment, stuck in the hurt, and the person who offended you, who hurt you, they moved on. They're not even thinking about you. You're not even in their psyche. But here you are standing still because you're mad at somebody. Holding on to grudges keeps you anchored to a past version of yourself. We should be trying to evolve and grow every single day. Letting go doesn't mean that it's okay. It doesn't mean that you said it was okay. That's not what it means. It simply means you refuse to let it define you anymore. Grudges should not define you. Don't let the things in the past hurts, define who you are. This is 2026. This should be our goal to move forward and become the person that we are ordained to be. It's a mandate. This is the year of fulfillment. This is the year of change. This is the year of blessings, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are holding on to old grudges, we've got to learn to let those things go, because that's not us anymore. That person that hurt you, they've moved on. And just think about this. I've always said this. Remember, table turns. You've hurt someone too. You're not innocent in that. You've hurt someone too. If you live in this world any length of time, you've been on the other end where you were the offender. Where you're the one who said something, did something, made something happen to hurt someone. So remember that. So remember, there's someone out there they may be going through because of something that you did. And you don't want that, right? So therefore, you want to let those things go. You want to let go of those grudges. You want to evolve. You want to grow. You want to be the best version of yourself. So again, we're talking about the art of letting go. Number 1, old grudges that drain emotional energy. Let those things go. Get rid of those old grudges that drain emotional energy. Number two, identities from your younger years that no longer fit you. Let me say that again. Identities from your younger years that no longer fit you. They don't fit you anymore. Many people cling to who they used to be long after they have changed, after they've changed them. They cling on to those things. They maybe at one time they used to be an athlete. Okay, they may have been somebody that was into science or into music, whatever it may have been, but things have changed. They've gotten older, they have other interests, but they want to cling to those old identities. They cannot move forward because they cling onto those old identities. But identity isn't meant to stay frozen. Growth requires stepping into a new role. A person who is in their 60s should not be thinking and feeling like a person who's in their 20s. You have different values. You should have a different mindset. You should have a desire to be different right now, because what you did when you were 20, you should not be desiring to do when you're 60. There's always a room for evolving. There's always room for you to say to yourself, let me get rid of that version because I'm somewhere else right now. When you stay stuck in the past and you can stay stuck in an identity that's no longer you, you find yourself becoming stagnated. And that is a problem when you talk about letting go of things that hinder you from moving forward. So number 2, we're talking about the art of letting go of things that people hold on to long after they should. Identities from your younger years that no longer fit who you are right now. You're the one who can make that change. You're the one who makes that decision. Don't live in the past. You're not your younger self. You're where you are right now. Live in the moment, appreciate who you are right now, and begin to appreciate and grow in that. Become the best version of yourself. So number 2, again, identities from your younger years that no longer fit. Number 3, if you're taking notes, number 3, the belief that you must live life according to other people's expectations. Ouch. Wow. The belief that you must live life according to other people's expectations. That's something you have to need to let go. This one can follow people for decades, sometimes for their entire life. Many of us live with silent pressure from our parents, our peers, partners, communities, or even the society. We try to be agreeable, predictable, or what you call normal. We follow their version of success, even if it leaves us feeling empty. Anybody ever experienced that? How many of you have ever been in a place in your life where you find yourself doing what other people think that you should be doing, and your heart is just not in it? This is something that so many people experience. When you look at people, let's look, for example, people who are famous people, and they have children. Oftentimes, it's a lot of pressure that the children grow up to be famous people like their parents. And let's think about this. What about a person who may come from a family of attorneys? The great-great-grandfather was an attorney. The grandfather was an attorney. The father is an attorney. So the father wants the children to become attorneys. But maybe there might be a child in the bunch who doesn't want to be an attorney. He wants to be an architect. Or he just might want to be a business owner. But because of the pressure of all this in their family, what do? They go to law school because it's expected of them. How many of you right now on this platform, think about that. Think about where you are in your life. Do you ever feel pressured? Or have you ever been in a place where you felt pressured to do something, to be something that wasn't in your heart to do? And that stagnates us. So oftentimes we can't move forward. We cannot progress. Because why? Because we're living somebody else's dream. I know someone right now, and Pastor Tony knows too, someone right now who's running a store. They inherited from their father, and the store is very, very successful right now in Detroit. It's a very, very successful luggage shop. It's been in the family for probably close to a century. But this particular young man, he's the youngest in the family. Nobody else in the family wanted to do it, so he had to take it on. He does it. He's very good at it, but that was not his dream. And he can't wait till he can retire and just live what he wants to. Now he's an older man. He may get an opportunity to do what he wants to do, or he may not. But because his father told him, you're going to run the store one day, He felt so pressured because nobody else was going to do it. He did it. And I'm not saying that he's resentful because he's making a very good living with the store, but in his heart of hearts, that was never his dream. How many of us have been in a situation where we're trying to meet someone else's expectations? We've got to learn to let that thing go. Living for yourself isn't being selfish. It's self-respecting. Let me say that again. Living for yourself isn't being selfish, ladies and gentlemen. It's self-respecting. It's giving yourself respect. And that's what it should be. So number 3, the belief that you must live life according to other people's expectations is something we need to let go of. We've been holding on to it for too long. Number 3. Let's go to number 4. Number 4. Friendships that stopped feeling mutual years ago. Friendships that stopped feeling mutual years ago. Oh, this is a doozy. We all have friendships that lasted long past their natural expiration date. Are there people in your life that you know that they should have been long gone? Because again, there's that key word, familiar, dedication, not wanting to be a cruel person. We let that person stay in our lives. You find that you don't have anything in common with that person. You find that they're going in another direction. You're trying to go in another direction, but yet somehow you still hold on. How many of you been in that situation where you know there's a person in your life, and it doesn't mean you don't love them. It doesn't mean that they're not worthy of your attention. It just means that you're growing and God is trying to reconnect you or trying to connect you with another type of person that's going to be pivotal to your success, to you walking in what he called you to do. Everybody cannot go on your journey. I've heard Dr. Derek say it all the time. Everybody can't go on your journey. They're not a part of the assignment. So when they come into your life, it's for a season oftentimes. There's some people who are going to come just for a short season. They may be there to just kind of catapult you a little bit. There might be those who might just be able to give you a handout at that moment. And there may be ones who are going to stay a little longer. But when God gets ready to do that shift, there's a paradigm shift in the spirit. When there's a paradigm shift in the natural, your mind and in your emotions, there's time for you to wake up and say, look, there's something different happening in my life. And I've got to be in tune to it. And when I don't move forward, I stagnate myself. You find yourself resenting that person. You find yourself not wanting to be around those kind of people. You find yourself, just being in a place where you're alone and you're grouchy and you're just not satisfied. Why? Because oftentimes you're just not with the right type of people. Again, it doesn't mean they're not good people. It just means that God is trying to take you in another direction. It's time to move forward. And if you're in that situation, if you know someone like that, might be a family member, it might be a friend, somebody that was in your life when you were a child. How often do we have childhood friends? And you go to high school together, you go to college together, and you want to try to hang out when you get older and start your businesses or whatever you're doing, and it just doesn't fit anymore. Let it go. It's just time to move on. Sometimes we stay in relationships too long, and we find ourselves being hurt. And we find ourselves not only hurting ourselves, but we hurt the other person. So number 4, remember, we're talking about the art of letting go. Things people hold on to longer than they should. So number 4, friendships that stopped feeling mutual years ago. Number 4. Number 5, the last one I want to share with you all today is number 5. The fear of being alone. The fear of being alone. This fear keeps countless people in unhappy marriages, draining friendships, and unfulfilling situations. It whispers like this. It whispers these lies to you. You'll never find anyone better. That's a lie. You're not strong enough to be on your own. That's a lie. Being alone means you failed. Something is wrong with you. Why are you alone? Why don't you have friends? Why don't you have a husband? Why don't you have a wife? What's wrong with you? Those are all lies. Being alone isn't the problem. That's not the problem, being alone. Being in the wrong company, that's the issue. Letting go of the fear of solitude often becomes the gateway to inner peace because you finally discover you can rely on yourself. There's a difference between being lonely and being alone. Being alone could be a good thing. I remember yesterday I was watching a YouTube video. It was an older woman who was talking about, I think she was in her 70s. And she was talking about how her friends and family were asking her, you just lost your husband a couple of years ago. Why don't you get out and start dating, get out and start meeting people and that type of thing. But she was very content. She was happy. But she was pressured by her family and friends. So she decided to go on a dating app, a dating site. So she met this young man and they started interacting. They decided to call each other and finally they met. And they enjoyed spending time together. She really enjoyed spending time with this man. But it got to the point where he became a little clingy. It got to the point where he put a lot of demand on her time that she wasn't used to giving. Now, she's an older woman, so she lived on a small pension and Social Security. She found herself spending money because they went Dutch. He spent the money on himself. She spent her money. She started going into her budget and spending money that she really couldn't afford. It wasn't in the budget to spend. And she looked at her life. She said, wait a minute, something is going on here. It's like when she wanted to just have some alone time and some downtime, the phone was ringing. It was him. He was calling her at 12 o'clock at night. She wants to go to bed. She's in her 70s. Okay? He wants to talk. She didn't want to talk. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So it totally changed her lifestyle. And she realized, wait a minute, I like this guy, but this guy is making me miserable. Because she realized that she was content being alone. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't interact with other people. God says it's not good for man to be alone. It may pertain to marriage, but it also pertains to we're social people. So that we're not supposed to be alone 24/7. If he wants you to be alone 24/7, he would have given each of us an island. And we'd all be there by ourselves just praising God. But that's not what he did. We're social people. But it doesn't mean that we give up our alone times where we can reflect. We're going to enjoy the most greatest person in the world, ourselves. Don't give that up. Don't compromise. So they ended up breaking up, this man and woman, and she found herself being able to go back to her hobbies, spending time with friends, and when she wanted that downtime, she had it. Okay, so again, the fear of being alone is not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Letting go of the fear of solitude often is a gateway to inner peace because you finally discover you can rely on yourself and you can enjoy yourself. In my book, I Miss the Hugs but Not the Hurts, there's a chapter that I've written in my book. It's called, Can You Stand to Be Alone? You have to learn to love yourself, respect yourself, and accept who you are before you can join with another individual. Until you get to that place, you should be alone because the greatest person in the world in your life should be you. If you can't enjoy being with you, you cannot definitely enjoy being with someone else. So again, number 5, the fear of being alone. I believe that when you find yourself holding on to things that you should have let go a long time ago, like old grudges that drain you emotionally, identities from your younger years that no longer fit you, the belief that you must live life according to others' expectations, friendships that stopped feeling mutual years ago, and the fear of being alone. When you can learn to master these things, you'll be well on your way to letting things go, enjoying your life to the fullest, and becoming the best version of yourself. I'm Dr. T, and thank you so much for allowing me to share it. God bless you. And before I turn it back over to Dr. Derek, I just want to remind you guys, like Dr. Derek said during the intro, if you have not subscribed to the magazine, please do that. The magazine is free. And also, too, I think it's in the chat or on the flyer, I have 4 books out. When he introduces me, he always talks about those 4 books. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but my mother used to always tell me it's a mighty poor dog who can't wag his own tail. The books I've written are life changing. And the way my writing style, when you read my books, it's like I am actually, you and I having a conversation. I'm very personable. So if you have not taken the time to buy one of my books, you're missing out. So I would love your support. I would love for you to buy one of the books or buy all four of the books. You can go to lulu.com, amazon.com, or barnesandnoble.com. They're on sale right now. Okay, so I would love to see your name out there and buy one of my books. I appreciate you all and thank you so much, for, as Jackie would say, for giving me your listening ear. Thank you. Thank you so much. Back to you, Dr. Derek.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Really appreciate. That was an awesome presentation.
Thank you.
Especially fear of being alone. I don't know. You cannot live. It's hard for me to see a person living in a world with 8 point something billion, and they would choose to be alone. That is something I my little brain cannot fathom. I don't know. I don't know why you would want to be alone. Don't know why you would want to stay alone. And there's so many people on the planet. All right. So anyway, I guess that is everybody's choice is different. But I don't want to be alone, and I don't have to be alone, and I choose not to be alone, and I will not be alone. Fortunate for me, you would have to do the same. You'd have to make the choice yourself. But thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. That was awesome, awesome.
But remember, Dr.
And
Derek, we're talking about the fear of being alone, not being alone. We're talking about fearing it. God did not make us to be alone. We're social people, but we're people who are afraid of it. And they make poor choices. They find themselves in relationships and they're not happy in them because they've compromised. So I'm talking about the fear, not being alone. Nobody wants to be alone. God made us social people. But when you find yourself compromising or staying in toxic relationships or allowing somebody to change your lifestyle and and you're not happy with that, that's what I'm talking about. The fear of it, not being
yeah, okay.
alone, but the
Yeah,
fear.
wonderful, wonderful. But
Yes.
I just feel like I want to address because there are people
Yes.
who chooses to be alone, right? And I'm not talking about a person who live alone. That's not, that's not what I'm talking about, right? A person who hermitize themselves, you know, and there's 8 point something billion people on the planet, you know, locking themselves, um, or they go to some mountain and stay in some enclosed area, them and them alone. You know, I just feel like I wanted to address that also. You know, I know that you're
Okay.
talking about the fear or your one of your art is the fear, right? And you know, people do crazy things when it come out to fear, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
but I just wanted to address people who choose to be alone. It's
Mm-hmm.
not necessary also, you know, because the word says iron sharpened iron.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so if you choose to be alone, yes, it's your choice, but it's not what God designed for us. That is what I want to say. All right. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. And I see Queen Jacqueline Warner. Hand is up. Go ahead.
Hi, good evening to everyone everywhere. Amazing. I think that was an amazing topic. It was something that we all need. I think you choose a very good topic for this evening. I mean, all your topics are great, but I mean, this like bringing it home, you know? Especially a lot of us hold on to old grudges and I'm not sure if mine was a grudge, but I held on to something for a little too long at my workplace. It wasn't even at my home, and you're right. It was turning into, it was getting ugly, and I was acting like it was my company. To tell you the truth, it really was off the chain. But when I got rid of that grudge, or when I addressed that issue, everything turned out really great. So grudges is, you're right. It's a slow poison, because you don't. It's not like you're growing, and it's not like you're getting better.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually
Mm-hmm.
becoming the worst person. Not the best person of oneself, but the worst person. And
Mm-hmm.
everybody is seeing it. It's not even hidden, and you're not realizing that everybody is looking at you when you think you're justified, like you said, in what you're doing. And sometimes we're not justified. So holding on to old grudges is not good, and I'm glad you brought that out. Also, the belief that I must live for others, and that usually sometimes start at home. With
Mm-hmm.
our parents. That would be the really first place, because they're the ones in control, and they're the one telling you what to do. So you tend to do what they say. But if you don't have your hold on to your mind, and know that, like you said, when we it goes back to identity from our younger years. you
Mm-hmm.
know you have to transition into an adult, and then you will you won't carry those beliefs with you. If you Hopefully you won't. You will know that you don't have to live up to other people's expectations, because you are your own individual. God made us individually. We're not even if you're brother and sister, you still have your own identity. So it goes back, number two and number three kind of go hand in hand. And friendship, oh my God. Sometimes we stay in friendships too long, it becomes more than toxic. It becomes, it can become deadly. I know people that lost their lives because they stayed in toxic relationship, and when they did try to leave, they were end up dying, being found dead, or the person just kept on just bothering them. So that means you stay too long. You stay too long. When it's time to move, you got to move. I remember myself it didn't start out toxic, but it came throughout the years, it became toxic. And, my sisters would say, well, Jackie, when are you going to get out of there? But I had two children. I think it was two or three kids by then. And I was like, you know, I didn't know how to exit. I didn't have the courage as yet. I didn't have the guts. I had to make sure things were situated for my children before I step off. But it did happen, but it took a very long time. But I did get out, and I was all in one piece, and everything worked out well. And then the fear of being alone. That part I don't have to worry about being alone, because I learned how to actually live alone. So not that I always been alone, but I learned living alone help you to learn more about yourself, and learn, and like you were saying, Dr. T, that will help you to learn to love somebody else. And that is so true, because once you you to get that fear out of the way, and you learn to live alone, you learn about yourself, and then you will learn how to love you, and then you can love others, because there's a contentment in it, you know so
Mm-hmm.
I thank you for those amazing five, and if these five is amazing, imagine the other five that you're going to bring to us. So I so appreciate you. Thank you so much for bringing these, how you will say, the art of letting go. Thank you. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you, Jackie.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. Really
You're welcome,
appreciate.
sir.
And I see Queen Pastor Coleman. Over to you.
Thank you, sir. A great presentation, Dr. T, as always. And I could relate to all five. But the one that the having the belief of living your life the way that others expect of you. On my mom's side, growing up, they were always trying to push us to live the way that they wanted us to live. I know when um, I was going to college, I was getting ready to go to college, and everybody on her side, because it was all about education. You know, great great grandfather was an educator in college and all the way down the line. And so at the time, I was a Sunday school later on, I was teaching Sunday school, and I asked them, well, does that matter? And they said, no, that is a pretend thing. It is not real. Unless you're working for the Board of Education, you're just pretending. And just make sure you don't end up as crazy as your great great grandfather was. But for a while that was actually a struggle, because every time I would see them, you know, they were harassing me about all of that. And finally they left me alone because they realized it was no change coming. But you know, sometimes trying to hold on to friendships and things, because and I would I would share with Dr. T that I had friends, and every time there was a season, I had told one friend, I said, well, I thank God that you're my best friend. And she said, well, you weren't my best friend, Margaret was. I'm like, okay. And then I went to another friend whose name was Jean. And I said, well, Jean, I praise God for having a best friend like you. And she said, well, actually, we were never best friends. Because Maria was my best friend. I asked the third friend. These are friends I had known for 20 years. And I said, well, I thank God. You know, I praise God for my best friend. And even she said, well, actually, Sydney was my best friend. And when Dr. T and I had been friends for a number of years, I was kind of hesitant. Because I didn't want to be heartbroken.
Well, actually, oh. Oh, okay. I won't tell you who my best friend is. Okay.
And so I'm going, T, I praise God that you're my best friend. and she says, yes, I praise God we're best friends. I was so relieved. I finally got a friend. But I thank God that I have the greatest best friend, and I appreciate her so much. And excellent presentation today and always. And I always look forward to hearing what God has for you to share with all of us. So, and I'm like you, Queen Jackie, I'm waiting for next week's next five. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Queen Pastor Tony. Really appreciate that. Memory lane. That was a nice memory lane there. All right, wonderful. All King King Carlton is all in smiles. All right, wonderful. All right, thank you all very much. Really appreciate. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Really appreciate that awesome presentation. Really appreciate. I can't wait for next Tuesday for the other five, because that was awesome, 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 awesome. All right, we're just going to get little into a quick um, as it relates to computer, right? So we're going to oh mercy. Let me see. All right. So we're going to look at this for a moment. So let me where's my okay. It's not okay. I can see. All right. So we're going to kind of look a little on laptops. All right. So let me see. I need to share my screen, right? So no, I want to share that. I guess this is what I want to share. All right. All right. So I hope you can see my screen. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see your
Yes.
screen.
Okay. Wonderful.
Yes.
All right. Just making sure here. Okay. All right. So let us talk a little bit about laptops, especially. As you know, laptop is different from desktop, right? Desktop doesn't have a monitor on it unless you have the all-in-one, right? But just as how Queen Pastor Tony asked a question last week, the benefits is that it's portable. The main benefit is that it is portable. Now you can get the laptop to operate almost like a desktop, right? And that actually would be done by using the HDMI port, right? And of course, right there is the HDMI port, which the HDMI cable, because there's many cables that you use to connect, right? Laptops or connect to or connect from. So you have the mini USB, and that is how it look. You have the micro USB. You have the HDMI. Then you have the USB-A, which is the normal USB connection that people use with with computers and laptops. Then you have the Ethernet cable, right? And you also have the USB-C. Now the USB-C is very versatile. The USB-C now is used for charging. That's what most up-to-date phone uses, the USB-C. You also can use it to connect different connections to it, including HDMI, because you can connect what is known as a dongle or a little splitter box that you can also connect different monitors. Now, this is the good thing about a laptop. Well, you can do it with a desktop also, but with a laptop, you can connect more than one monitors, so that one, because the laptop screen is a little bit small, right? Mainly, mostly 14 inches. I think most laptop goes up to about 21 inches. I don't remember seeing a laptop over 21 inches. Most of the laptops that I've seen is 14 to 17, right? A few 18 and a few 21. All right. I've never seen any laptop bigger than 21 inches. But then some people might want 55-inch. It can connect to your TV, because all TV, modern TV, right? Your LCD and your LED, right? Those TV comes with HDMI. So you can plug the HDMI right into the port, plug it into the TV, or plug it into a splitter, and then plug it into two monitors instead of one. All right, or three monitors instead of one, or even four monitors instead of one, depending on what you want to do, right, or what you want to achieve. But for me, my setup is three monitors, right? So it all depends on what you want to do. So um, then you can actually plug the USB-C into your laptop and then plug it into a box, and then that box, right, which more likely would be a media box, and that media box can plug all sort of things in there. USB to your keyboard, right? USB to your mouse, USB USB-C to the media box, or HDMI to the media box, and then you have your HDMI out, which you have more than one or more than two screens. Now you can connect a normal USB, whether it's a wired USB keyboard or a wireless USB keyboard, so that you have these flexibility, turning it into a, a kind of desktop feel, right? Or if you just want to maybe show a movie from your laptop, you can do that, or you want to actually have two different screens, so that you're working on one and you have another screen, or two other screen that you have other applications for. Okay, so when you plug the HDMI cable into the laptop and you plug it into your monitor, then what you're going to do is you're going to left mouse click on your screen, the blank screen, right? You're going to left mouse click, and then this drop down menu will occur, right? And then you're going to click on display settings. Display settings. When you click on display settings, this is what's going to come up. It is going to see the duplicate the screen, right? So you're going to have two screens now, one, two screens, where you're now going to click on duplicate these display, right? Because what the duplication is just a mimic of what is exactly on your laptop screen. But that is not the view that you really want. What you really want is to click on duplicate these display, so that a drop down menu is going to occur, where you can now click on extend these display. That is what you want to do. Extend these display. Then when you click on extend these display, you are going to click on keep changes. Keep changes, right? So that in your display, it is going to now look like this, where you have monitor 1 and monitor 2. So right now you would have two distinct monitor, right? So even though you're you're on one computer, whether laptop or desktop, you now have two monitors, right, to use. So you just click on this X button to close out the screen, because now you would have two separate different monitor. So you can have one application here on this monitor and one application here on monitor number two. So therefore, it kind of help you to work on things a little better, right? Especially if you are working on copy and pasting something from one application to another application. Maybe you might find some information on the internet and you want to copy and paste it on a Word document. So you'd have the website on one monitor, and then you would have your Word document on the other monitor, right? So you just copy and paste it over on the next monitor. It helps in situations like those. All right. Maybe you might be studying and you want more than one book. Some people do the split display, right? But the split display is going to cut your display into two. So instead of cutting your display into two, what you can do is have a um, two monitors. So you have one thing on this monitor and one thing on the other monitor. Now, as I said, right, every TV can do that. Every TV can do that, right? Every TV can do that because the TV have a HDMI, so you can sit in front of your big screen TV, right? Maybe a 55-inch or a 65-inch or maybe a 75-inch, right? How cool is that to look at something that you're working on your computer or on your laptop, and you have a 75-inch screen displaying something, right? It's awesome. It's really awesome, all right? Really awesome. And so that is how you actually use your display, right? Let me just quickly go through the steps again, right? Now, as I said, you'd right mouse click on the blank screen. You'd right mouse click, right? And maybe I'm not seeing it. Hold on, let me put entire screen, because maybe you're not seeing that now. Let me let me let me stop sharing a little, because maybe I'm not seeing what I have here. All right, so let me share again and share entire screen. Or maybe I wasn't seeing that part of it. All right, wonderful. All right, so as I said, first you would click right mouse click on your screen, and then this display box will come up, right? And it will be showing a duplication. So anything that is on your laptop screen will be on this extended screen, right? You're going to click on where it says duplicate these display, right? And so when you click on that, like a drop down menu, you're going to click on extend these display. When you click on extend these display, then you click on keep changes. All right, click on that, and then you will have the two separate screens. Instead of splitting your screen, you'd have two screens to work with. All right, and then you just click on that, close to close your system display, and you will be good to go. All right, so basically that is it. Where this computer technology class is concerned. I hope you learned something. And, next week we will continue once again. Any questions or concerns or comments? All right, wonderful. So everybody is good. Okay, Queen Jacqueline Warner.
I just want to say thank you for those computer tips, and that will help us, in setting up our monitors and learning more about how to use our laptop to benefit our whatever we want to get into. So thank you.
Okay, wonderful. And just to say, most smart TV, if not all, well, most, let me say most, because I've tried to connect to a few and they just didn't connect. But you can also um, mirror your phone, your smartphone to your
Mm,
TV also.
yeah.
All right. So again, if you want, next week I will also bring that information how to do that. Right. But it's simple. Most smart TV, you can connect your smartphone to the
Mhm.
smart TV. If you go in your menu on your phone, when you pull down on your menu and you click on settings, you will go to where you go to connect your internet or to click on your flashlight, right? You go there and you would see smart view. Most phone, that is what they have, smart view. And when you click on Smart View, it will show you a list. From once your TV is on, it should show you the TV there that you can just click on the TV, right? That is
Oh,
listed, and it will display what is on your phone on your TV. All right, so that is also an option, right? But I will put together that presentation for
that's
next week, and next another stuff. All right. Thank you very much, Queen Jacqueline Warner. I
yeah.
really appreciate. All
And
right.
also, Dr. Derek, sometimes it gives you the option too when you have your phone, it asks if you want to display it on your TV. So sometimes the
Right.
option comes up automatically also.
Yes. Yes. Sometime when you're on your phone and
Yeah.
you turn on the TV, it pops up
It
as
pops
an
up. Yeah.
option. Yes, you're so right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You're
All
welcome.
right. So yes, you see, technology is there, so use it. Don't be afraid of it. Use it, King Carlton. Right? Make your grandchildren them eye pop out. Oh,
When they think you don't know.
make your grandchildren them eye them pop out. Oh my goodness. Anyway, wonderful. Thank you very much. Any other questions or comment or anything? Let me just look in on the YouTube here. Right. Thank you. Yes, sir. Hello, everyone. Wonderful Queen Dr. T. All right. So everybody just saying thanks and welcome. All right. And oh, Queen Pastor Tony drop the website, all right, where you can get that
Magazine.
subscription and
Mhm.
also where you can get those books, those
Oh,
4 books. So it's in the chat. So please check it out. Just click on the link right there in the chat and you'll be good to go. All right,
oh,
thank you. And at this time, we're just going to ask Queen Dr. T for her final comment.
Thank you, Dr. Derek. The art of letting go. We talked about the things people hold on to longer than they should. Letting go isn't losing, ladies and gentlemen. It's not losing, it's choosing. Choosing peace
yeah.
over resentment, growth over comfort, and possibilities over fear. The moment you release what weighs you down, you make space for what's meant for you to have and meant for you to be. Those are my final thoughts. Thank you.
Awesome.
All right, awesome. Thank you very much, Queen Dr. T. Really appreciate it. And of course, my final is don't allow computer or laptop to make you feel like you are inadequate. It is there to learn, and if you break it, just fix it or buy another one, and you're good to go. No, it's a little difficult to really break it unless you accidentally get into the C
Command.
prompt, right? Now, if you accidentally get into the C prompt, then man, you maybe figure around something and something get messed up, then but just clicking on YouTube or clicking on Word document, clicking on a PowerPoint or clicking on you're not going to break it. All right. So don't feel timid. Just remember computer is here to serve us. All right. So watch YouTube videos. A lot of YouTube videos are out there.
Yeah.
Come to our class. Um, I know a lot of persons are more advanced than what I'm saying, but it's I like to be gradual, step by step. All right. So thank you very much. Really appreciate.
You're
And
welcome.
for those that are on the YouTube platform, thank you very much also for coming out. And thank you here on the meeting platform. And come tomorrow. I think it's Wednesdays and Fridays that they have live the Ivan Duo with One Global Movement at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday morning is O Passion, Singapore, Malaysia at um, 8, is it 8 a.m.? 8
Yes.
a.m. 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And of course, on Sundays, it is Dream Team. And Monday, it's Mindset Monday
Monday.
with my sweet Bonononos Queen Miriam Clark. Thank you all very much for making it deep dive, globally changing lives. Really appreciate, really appreciate. And at this time, we are going to close the YouTube and have a little after party, and then it is fully by from deep dive. Thank you all very much. Really appreciate. Hold on, let me see who is in the chat. Great information meeting as all. Okay. All right. You're most welcome. Thank you all very much.